Welcome back. You're watching the Power Breakfast Show, and this morning we're glad to be hosting a member of the Rotary Club. He's a country governor of the Rotary Club in Kenya, and he's called Mr. Bimal Kantaria. A very good morning to you, sir, and many thanks for joining us. And of course, Mutegi Njau is here with us, also a Rotarian.
Yes, I must declare my interest.
You must declare your interest now.
Yes,
yes.
I'm a Rotarian, and I'm the country media officer.
Country media officer.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. And I guess the first question is, what is the Rotary Club? You know, what is that? What is it about?
Good morning. Thank you very much for inviting me this morning. I'm very excited to be here.
Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Yes.
Rotary is basically volunteers. We're the largest service organization in the world. We're in 200 countries around the world. There's 1.2 million Rotarians in the world. And in Kenya, let's talk about Kenya. We are 2,000 Rotarians in this country, been in Kenya for the last 80 odd years, and we have 65 clubs. So we're actually a really big organization in this country.
Yeah. Yes, but how come not many people know about the Rotary Club?
Yeah.
Many think it's maybe a secret service or for the rich in society, the elite. It's an elitist club. Why have you been quiet about it?
To be honest, it's our mistake. You know, Rotarians are successful businessmen and professionals. We already are good in what we do, and that's why you become Rotarians. We invite you to become a Rotarian. So when you're already successful in society, the last thing you want to do is show off about the good stuff you're doing.
Yes.
And it's been a big mistake of ours. If you look at some of the projects that we're doing, Jaipur Foot and Rally for the Disabled and Don Bosco, and Polio is obviously a big showcase project in the world, we're very good at that. We're very good at giving our time and effort. And sometimes we forget that we should be talking to people about what we do.
Yes.
So we don't like to show off too much what we do, but we are here in our communities. We're in virtually every single town in this country. There's a club in every single town virtually in Kenya. So it's been a big mistake of ours not to talk about Rotary. But this year and next year has been a big focus of our leadership in our district to talk about Rotary. And there's two reasons why we're doing it now. One is we have this polio issue in Kenya, which we really want to talk about, and I think we're going to talk about it in a few minutes.
Yeah, in a few minutes.
But we want to explain to what Rotary does in this community, because we want people like you, professionals, to join us. We're looking out for successful professionals and business people in our communities all over the country to become Rotarians. And it's going to work, I'm sure. Already the growth in our organization is huge. In the last 2 years, we've grown by 20%. So we are reaching out to the communities now and saying, this is what we do, come and join us. You are a good member of the community, come and join and become a Rotarian. And
what are some of the projects you volunteer in? What are some of the projects apart now from polio eradication? What else do you focus on?
I'll give you an amazing statistic. There are 60 clubs in Kenya. Each club does 5 to 7 projects a year. We do 200 to 300 projects in this country every year. Last year we spent $7.6 million in this country for projects. And when I mean projects, for instance, the Jaipur Foot project, you know, prosthetic leg, that's a Rotary project. We do a lot of stuff with the Don Bosco. We do a lot of stuff with the Catholic Church, St. Kijabe Hospital. We give limbs to children. We go and build classrooms. We build hospital clinics. We do boreholes. We do water and sanitation. We do a great deal of work in communities all over the place. And you'll see Rotary emblem all over the place.
Yes. Who qualifies then to get assistance or to get volunteers coming to their projects? You know, which organizations or what's the criteria you have to choose?
Well, it's actually an interesting one. You know, in this country, to be a Rotarian, we have to invite you to become a Rotarian. But obviously now we're going out looking for Rotarians quite quickly. But in our community, let's say for instance, we have a Rotary Club of Kikuyu or Rotary Club of Thika. We have a Rotary Club in Kisumu, Mombasa. So in that neighborhood where we live as Rotarians, we have so much need in our countries. There's always an area of our community which needs water or schools need. So we as Rotarians live in those communities and we actively search for projects, actively look for projects that we can help with. And that's why we have to be a local organization. So if we're in Kirinyaga, we have a Rotary Club there. In Meru, Embu, we have clubs in all these towns, and good people in those communities become Rotarians. So we know what the need in that community is.
I can give you an example in Ngong, the Rotary Club of Ngong Hills. Before the elections, we knew Ngong is a cosmopolitan area.
Yes.
Previously there was problem of ethnicity and clashes.
Yes.
So it took a project to do peace. So we trained people in peace building. We had sessions with young people, we are in sessions with the leaders, we are in sessions with the general community.
Yes.
Then we had processions. We made a procession through the town. We made a procession from Ngong all the way to Kikuyu. Big motor vehicle with youth singing peace. That showed that we are concerned about peace. It abated problem of people thinking they can come and attack.
Yes.
That was a project. In fact, we won a prize because of that.
Because of that.
Because of that.
Mr. Njau, now after the post-election violence and after what you were able to do with the peace caravan, are there any other projects you've been able to take? Because the question is it usually short-term projects or long-term projects?
We are doing scholarships, we are doing boreholes, we are organizing actually to renovate Ngong Stadium. We are organizing a marathon, a peace marathon in the area.
Okay.
So.
All right, so clearly a lot happens within, the Rotary Club.
You don't preach about it.
You don't preach about it, you don't brag about it.
In fact, what we want to do now is to make our presence known. We want to go and build a number of bus stops with logos, Rotary Club.
Yes.
Bus stops, that people will see we exist.
Yes.
We will build bus stops.
Question, big projects you handle as the Rotary Club,
Yes.
Yet volunteers. So who funds the Rotary Club?
It's actually two-pronged. But bottom line, it comes from our own pocket. Meaning, we contribute as Rotarians, but we do a lot of fundraising activities. We raise funds with our own communities, within our own societies. So that's a good way of raising money. So it's like a chama concept.
Yes. We
raise money now. So we do walks and we do swim-a-thons and all these kind of things we do constantly, trying to raise revenue. But we also have in the world something called Rotary International, which has a Rotary Foundation. Now, Rotary Foundation is the largest single charitable foundation in the world. We have $1 billion in there. It started in 1927 in America. But from there, we can tap a lot of money in. So we send them a project profile, we send them a budget, and with other international clubs, Rotary clubs in the world, we can do a matching process. So we raise, let's say, $10,000, another club will raise $10,000 in America, and the Rotary Foundation will give us $20,000. So using a little bit of money from our seed capital, we're able to do gigantic projects using money from the Rotary Foundation, which is our gem of Rotary.
Yes.
So we have two sources of income, but primarily comes from our own pockets.
From your own pockets.
And our own resources and our own contacts. And
yes.
So I'll come and look for money from you, for instance.
Go to Mutagi first, then come to me. But okay, let's. You're dealing with a lot of money, and there's usually the issue of accountability and transparency. How do you deal with that in such an organization that has 2,000 Rotarians, like you said, 65 clubs in the country? How do you deal with that?
Well, the most amazing statistic is we've been around for 85 years, as in Kenya. We've not had one single incident of misappropriation of money. Not even one. Because we take good people from society. We don't take, we make sure that if you want to join Rotary, and I suspect you have a bad track record in the past, we want to ask you to join. We've had people coming to us and look, we want to join Rotary. And we said, no, maybe Rotary is not for you, because we don't obviously say it loudly, but we want good people from society joining us, because we know the credibility of Rotarian is important. If you look at who is a Rotarian in Kenya, Dr. Manu Chandere is a Rotarian, Dr. Harry Mugo is a Rotarian, he's the Kirinyaga County Minister. Eric Kimani, Gita Manek is a Rotarian. These are famous people in our society, right? And we go for good caliber of people in our community.
Yes.
So we know that when you become a Rotarian and you're wearing this badge, if you see my badge here, it shows that you have a certain standing in community. So these guys don't do silly things.
Okay.
Maybe you should tell them about the 4 ways.
Yeah, we have a 4-way test, which we say, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build better goodwill and friendship? And is it beneficial to all concerned? This is our creed as a motto. Yeah. Whatever we do,
is it true?
Is it the truth? Will it be fair to you and me? And we do every project that we do, we follow this 4-way test. It's the basis of our Rotary. And again, we're volunteers. Nobody paying us to do this, right?
Yes.
I don't get money for this.
Yes.
So you can imagine the person who's doing this and he's doing it for the good of himself, for his good of his heart, he won't do anything bad, or he or she.
We'll try not to.
Yeah, let me tell you a little about gender. If you want to know about gender and our age group, quickly. Gender is quite important. We are now a very equal gender society, organization. 40% of our club presidents this year are ladies.
Wow.
We seem to attract extremely professional women into Rotary. The average age of Rotary used to be 75, we're now 45 years old. We've come down, so we're a dynamic young organization. We're throughout the country. we're now 95% indigenous Kenyan. So we're no longer a Muindi or a Muzungu organization.
Yes.
This is a Kenyan organization.
Yes.
Interesting statistic. Every dollar that we raise, since you're asking about money, every dollar we raise, we give it to charity. Not even 1 cent of that money goes to administration expenses, because we're giving our own time free of charge. We don't take anything administration. We don't drive big SUVs or anything like that. Dollar to dollar goes to charity.
It goes to charity.
Nothing is subtracted.
2 questions. First one, you just said something about the age group moving from 70 to 40, 45, that being the average age. What does that mean for a young person who might be interested in joining, the Rotary Club, someone who's 25, 26? And then the other question is, what is the procedure? What is the vetting procedure to joining the Rotary Club? What do I need?
I'm happy you asked that question, because it's a question that's dear to my heart. I'm 44 years old. I joined Rotary when I was 21. I've been a Rotarian for 20 odd years. In Rotarians are usually from 30-year-old upwards. We have a young group of people from 18 to 30 who are called Rotaractors. From 14 to 18, they're called interactors. So we go to schools, we go to high schools, and we make them interactors from 14 to 18. From 18 to 30, we make them Rotaractors. These are young men and women from institute like Nairobi University has a Rotaract Club, KU has a Rotaract Club, USI. All these universities have got Rotaract Clubs. So they're young men and women from university who do the same thing as Rotarians do. So we have 40 Rotaract Clubs in this country. There's institution-based, like the universities I mentioned. There's also community-based. So we have a Rotaract Club of Westlands, for instance, who is a community-based Rotaract Club, who do the same thing as Rotarians. But again, we attract them young. So below the age of 30, you can join a Rotaract Club. And in this country, let me tell you, it's dynamic. This Rotaract Club of ours is booming. We have a whole leadership. We have a district governor from Rotaract. We have an assistant governor. The same hierarchy as we have in Rotarians.
Yes.
But these guys do amazing projects in this country, Rotaractors. On 27th of September, we're going to be in Nairobi University grounds. We're going to break a record for a number of Rotaractors and Rotarians doing a great thing on polio. I'll explain to you later on.
Yeah, and let's now talk about polio eradication, something that the Rotary Club is very, very big on. Maybe we can start by asking why polio?
Why polio? Because there is AIDS,
yeah,
there is malaria. Why polio?
The answer is very simple. Before 1979, we had a big problem in this world for smallpox. You remember smallpox was a really horrible disease in the world. Smallpox after 1979 virtually was eradicated. It was the first disease in the world that was eradicated before 79. In 79, Rotarians asked themselves, what can we do for our communities? So in 79, we said there was 1,000 polio cases a day in the world for polio. I bet you didn't know that statistic. There was 300 to 400,000 cases of polio in the world between 1979 to 1985. So we said this is a very important disease that is easily manageable. So in 1985, we launched the Polio Plus campaign. We wanted to raise $100 million in 1985. We raised $270 million in 1 year, as Rotarians only. So that became suddenly a very important project for us in the world. So since 1985, it's become the project for Rotary. And we promised the world, by 2005, we will eradicate polio from the world. That was our gift to mankind as Rotarians. 2005 came, we were left with 3 countries in the world with polio, endemic polio, which is Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Nigeria. There's only 3 countries in the world which never has eradicated polio throughout. So from 1985 till now, we're removing polio from the world. Let's talk about Kenya now. Kenya is very important. From 2011, we never had polio in Kenya. We had eradicated polio virtually from the Horn of Africa. Suddenly last year, polio came back to Kenya. It was a real shocker to us as a country. And polio came a very odd way. It went from Nigeria, somebody flew to Somalia, and some guys from Somalia walked across into Dadaab refugee camp and infected Kenyans with polio. So last year we had 8 cases of polio in Kenya. It completely shocked us because we said we've eradicated polio. Ministry of Health, which is an amazing organization, which is a great partner of ours, we've removed it. We don't need polio drops. And it hit Kenya. So suddenly we woke up and said, this is disaster. How did polio come into Kenya? So that's how again Rotary came in. We quickly raised money. We quickly gave money to UNICEF and WHO. And we did a massive campaign in the last 12 months of polio vaccination for children.
All right, before we move on from that, just something, a quick question. You said that 3 countries in the world that have not been able to eradicate polio, and that's Nigeria, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. Endemic.
Yes.
Explain to us, why is that so?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question, and it's multifaceted. In Pakistan and Afghanistan particularly because of war, we can't get to the tribal areas, which is war.
Okay.
Pakistan has a big problem with the religion in that country, the culture in that country refuses. They think that polio drops is an American thing, right? Bad thing. Nigeria again is a similar cultural problem. Their leaders, their religious leaders said, no, this is polio drops is a bad thing.
Yes.
It could give you some bad side effects. So we've been working quite hard with the religious leaders in these 3 countries to say to them, no, it's just drops, it's just medicine. So now we've turned the circle. Now Nigeria is receding. If you look at the statistics in Nigeria, we had 53 cases of polio last year in Nigeria. This is only 5. Massive drop. We're nearly there. Pakistan had 93. Unfortunately, in Pakistan, it's still 93. Afghanistan had 14. There's only 1 case this year. So we're nearly there. We're this close, close to ending polio in the world. We're very, very near. Problem is Somalia. Somalia had the highest number of polio cases in the world last year, 193 cases. This year there's 4 cases. That's where we panicked. We're saying it's just next door. Ethiopia had never polio. This year had 1 case of polio. It's very close to our neighbors, guys. We better get moms out there.
So what happens next? Yes. Now that we have identified, the problem, we have said Somalia, there's people there who have polio, who are walking into Dadaab, and getting their way here.
Yes.
What's the next step?
Luckily, the last case in Kenya was July 2013 last year. It was the last case we had polio in there. So we said, it's been 12 months, no polio in Kenya. So we said, let's launch an awareness campaign again. So that's why this month in July, which is exactly 12 months ago, 12 months we have had no polio in this country, we said, let's again re-emphasize to moms and dads, if you have children under the age of 5, go to your nearest medical clinic and get your kids vaccinated. Don't forget, it's just here. So with the Ministry of Health and hopefully with the county government, we're trying to again raise awareness of polio in the country. And Ministry of Health is great. Really, every single clinic have polio drops. So that's not the problem.
Where are we vaccinating? Which parts of Kenya? The whole entire country?
The whole country.
No,
the whole country. Obviously,
everybody who is under 5.
Under 5 has to have a polio. If you're a mom or a dad and you have children under the age of 5, please, please, please go and get your kids vaccinated. It's free. The drops are free. Rotary has paid for them years ago. We pay for it through UNICEF and WHO. So it's not a question of money. But go to your nearest county medical clinic and get your kids just 2 drops on your tongue. You have to do it twice, once and after about 6-12 months do it again, 2 drops, which will give you 99% immunization on polio. It's a simple thing to drop.
Let's talk about getting to the people. As you said, it is countrywide.
Yes.
Let's talk about how we plan to get to the people who are in such far-flung areas. Do you have a strategy to that, to doing that? With
UNICEF and WHO and Ministry of Health, these are the 3 partners in Kenya, they have got a big outreach program going on. Last year, we donated to the Ministry of Health 40 motorcycles because they wanted transport to get out there. So Rotary gave 40 motorcycles to the Ministry of Health to go use them in counties. We wanted to donate a car, but unfortunately, we couldn't get duty exemption on the car, so it became expensive. So again, we went to the Ministry of Health, said, whatever resources you want, we're here to help you. Yesterday, we announced to the world that we have 400 million shillings to give to sub-Saharan Africa, as in Rotary. So we have 400 million shillings to give to the countries of sub-Saharan Africa for polio eradication. If Ministry of Health can identify is the gap, what gaps, we're here to help. We still have money to give. So we just need, and we're working well with them. We have a national task force that we sit on, Ministry of Health sits on, UNICEF, WHO, and Bill and Melinda Gates. We sit together as a group. So we're working well with them. And there is an outreach program out there.
All right, let me just read a few SMSs. And if you have any questions for Mr. Bin Mal, please send them. 22422 is our SMS line. A lot of people very excited seeing you here and saying congratulations, Bin Mal, for the good work of the Rotary. Let's light up Rotary as we change lives. Okay, then there's greetings from the Rotary Club of Kiambu. It's very inspiring to see our district governor on your program. Rotary is about all projects, big and small, here in Kiambu. Appreciate your conversation. Then there's someone else who's saying, polio is a big problem in northeastern counties and such Rotary clubs do not exist. please tell me how to join this club. Maybe that, we've already answered the question how to join clubs, but then Northeastern, they're saying there's no Rotary club.
Yes.
What happens next for Isaac in Mandera?
Isaac, I like your question. Start a new Rotary club there in Mandera. Get 35 people together, like-minded people. We will support you to start a Rotary club in Mandera. That's our guarantee.
Okay, Isaac, there you have it. You get 35 people. Then do they come to Nairobi or do?
No, we have a big, we are all over the country. We will look after you there. If you want to email me, my email is bimal@elgankenya.com, or go to www.rotary.org and you have all the contacts there. Email us directly.
Okay,
we
so
will help you out.
Let's put up the website, www.rotary.org. Yes, and you'll get all the information.
Everything's there.
So Isaac, there you have it. No reason not to have a Rotary club.
You earlier said that Rotary members are normally successful professional people, business people.
Yes, that's an important
Must
criteria.
they be rich?
Definitely not. The average cost, the minimum cost of being a Rotarian is 10,000 shillings to pay the annual fees. But we say budget yourself about 20 to 25,000 shillings a year, simply because you have to give a little bit of donation to charity. You have to attend a district conference if you want to. Next year we have a district conference in Mombasa at Leisure Lodge in April next year. So some of these things you do, but about 20 to 25,000 shillings you should be spending a year on Rotary. Of that, 10,000 is mandatory for your fees. The rest is up to you. You can have if you want to have a meeting, a cup of tea, a Coke. That's a minimum. So it's not expensive to be a Rotarian.
And how many times do you meet in a week? Because most people are wondering, okay, is this an everyday thing, or do we meet once a month, or
It's a good question.
Yeah.
We meet 4 times a month. So every week there's a meeting. It's fixed usually at a certain place and a certain time. Some clubs meet for breakfast, some for lunch, for tea, for afternoon snack. So there's meeting times. It's all again on our website where clubs meet. And it's maximum 1 hour. And the minimum you have to do is you have to attend at least 50% of the meetings.
50%?
50%.
If I miss 50%, then you kick me out of the club?
Well, we try and encourage you to stay.
Yeah.
We don't want to kick good people out, right?
Yes.
So we've attracted you in, so we're going to be tolerant to you. And we know business people and professionals are busy people.
Are busy people.
So as long as you're contributing, if you're contributing financially or contributing to a project, you come to our projects whenever we're out there, that constitutes a makeup. But let me tell you the most fascinating thing about being a Rotarian. If you're a Rotarian, let's say in Mandera or Kiambu, you can attend any of the 35,000 clubs in the world. So if you're traveling to UK or Uganda or Tanzania or Botswana and you see a Rotary club happening, you can walk in without an invitation and you just show them your PIN and you say, I'm a Rotarian from Nairobi Club of Industrial Area, where I belong to. And they will accept you as one of their own.
Okay,
it's the beauty in networking.
Wow.
Can you imagine the power you have that you can walk into any of 35,000 clubs and be accepted as them?
Yes.
It's a powerful organization.
Good. True. Something's just come up and I'm wondering, okay, fine, I'm interested in volunteering, but I don't have the 10,000 shillings to pay as annual membership.
Yes.
Does that cut me out? Does that...
No, I'll tell you how we can help. We have got so many projects that we do, right? If you don't want to be a Rotarian, be a friend of Rotary. Tell me, Bimal, look, you guys are going to, let's say, Don Bosco. Can I come with you guys to help you guys out? We're looking for volunteers, right?
Okay.
So you can help as a volunteer.
Okay.
And it won't cost you anything. You just tag along with us.
Yes.
If we're going to clean Nairobi River, which we're going to do soon, or paint a classroom, come as a volunteer. And be a friend of Rotary. That's what we want.
Okay. Then there's someone who has asked, what's the difference between the Rotary Club and the Lions Club? Is there any difference?
Fundamentally, no. We're all good people doing good work for the communities. But Rotary, the difference is we do lots of different projects and we're nationwide.
Okay.
We have clubs all over the country.
Okay.
And we really are a big movement now.
Okay. Interesting questions coming here. Can the vaccine be given to 9 years old?
Yes.
Or can I take my son who is 7 years old for the polio?
Yes.
If they haven't.
If they haven't taken it, please, moms, take your kids out. There's no age limit. Even adults can take them, not a problem. But let me tell you the problem. Problem is, for instance, some countries like India, if you travel to India now, they insist that you take them a polio vaccination card to India. Because India has been polio free for 2 years now.
Yes.
Imagine the whole India went because of Rotary. Rotarians were the ones who eradicated polio in India. It was fantastic. It was our biggest achievement ever. 1 billion people we vaccinated. So now if you go to India, you need to take a polio vaccination card. So you need to have vaccination.
Okay, let's come back now, home, and we're trying to to kick polio out of Kenya.
Exactly.
I remember that was a slogan a few
Well
years back.
done, you remember.
Kick polio out of Kenya. And so you said, so far no cases.
No cases this year.
In this year,
Yes.
right? And we hope for it to be that way. What's the game plan after that? You know, after we are,
No, I think the question should be, since Somalia is chaotic,
Yes.
and they are our neighbors,
Yes.
what are we doing about Somalia?
Yes.
Because it's like we sent KDF of Rotary to Somalia.
I'm glad you mentioned KDF. We are very proud of what KDF does. It's a super institution. As Kenyans, I'm very proud to be a Kenyan because of KDF.
Yes.
And they're doing a great job in Somalia. Let me tell you what happened last year. When polio, we found out it was in Somalia, we contacted KDF. And KDF said, look, we control this part of Somalia. If you help us with UNICEF and WHO, we will make sure, with the help of KDF, to vaccinate kids there. The first $500,000 for Somalia came from Rotary. We immediately mobilized $500,000. We gave it to UNICEF. UNICEF put people on the ground in Somalia, and with the help of KDF and the Somali government, we went in and vaccinated everybody there. I think we covered 90% or 95% of Somalia being vaccinated. Some places still tough, obviously, to get to, but it's still a game plan is on. Let me tell you what happens after that. We think by 2018 we'll be polio free in the world. So we still have a couple of years to go before we completely eradicate polio. And 2018 is our gift to the world that we will be polio free. So it's very important. 27th of September, we're going to have a huge campaign in this country, a walk, lots of fun activities. All over the country, in every county, wherever there's a Rotary Club, we're going to have an awareness campaign on 27th of September talking about polio eradication, polio vaccination. Please, if you guys are in any near Rotary Club in this country, go and support Rotary on that day. It's a Saturday, the whole day, have fun, come and have fun with us,
Yes.
come and support us, bring your
Yes.
mums and kids, go to the vaccination centers. 27th September, we're this close to eradicating polio. It's very important that day, please.
Okay. Someone says, this is Reverend Odoyo. What great work Rotary is doing. Bravo. Now, please, can you take time and give a hand to the renal department? With people with kidney are desperate, despite their position in society.
Yes.
Is that one of the things, a project you think you could take up?
Kidney
Yes.
renal. It's to be honest, we do lots of projects. So if the Reverend is a layman, a Catholic priest, or
I'm not sure. He
right.
just says Reverend. Yeah.
wherever you are, Mzee, wherever you are in this country, look in the website, find out where the nearest Rotary Club to you is, email them, tell them we have this problem with kidney renal problem. Let's see if Rotary helps. This is why we're here. We're here to help communities. If you think you have a specific problem in your area and it affects a great number of people in your community, contact the nearest Rotary Club and we'll see what we can do.
All right. There's George Umomba. Hi, Breakfast Show. Good topic. I'm a polio survivor with a very big heart for helping Kenya overcome it. How can I be a part of it? And I guess...
Oh, he would help us a lot.
Yes.
Please, 27 September, go out there where your vaccination centers are, where the Rotary Clubs are. Come and help us, please. Let's get the message out there how bad polio is. I'm sure he would explain to us exactly the problems he's had with polio. And I feel very sorry for him. Polio Sanamaze.
Okay. How do you deal with communities that are not keen?
There is, for instance, in Kitui,
the Kavonokia sect.
Religion. We're having problem with religion in this country.
No. Yes. Well, I'll tell you. There's always a misconception that Rotary is a secret organization where we attract all religions. We're open to everybody. In fact, our biggest base in this country is the Christian, and the Muslims are obviously 95% of our members. We work a great deal with the Catholic churches, with their hospitals and clinics. We're very close to them. We work a lot with the Muslims at the coast with their clinics and hospitals. We are a-religious, we're apolitical, we don't want to get in politics. I'm not a politician. After 12 months, I finish my term, I go home and I do my kazi at Elgin, Kenya, wherever I do it. So, so we attract
What about the people you come across who are against it because of their religion?
Like the Nigerians or like Afghanistan?
To be honest, there's lots of people in this world. Right? We can't fight with the negatives. We have to fight with. We have to stick to the positives. That's why we're on TV today. We're trying to give an explanation who we are as an organization. We're a good organization. We can't appease everybody all the time. So we just say, look, this is our message. We're good people. We're not anti anybody, right? We're pro everybody. If you have a problem with other organizations, go on our website, call us up. We'll come and explain to you what we do. But please, we're apolitical, a-religious. we support everybody in this country.
Okay. Quite a number of SMSs coming in, and fellow Rotarians around the country. There's one from Kirinyaga who's saying, bravo, let's keep the light.
Light Up
Light Up
Rotary.
Rotary.
Light Up Rotary is my tie. You see this tie?
Uh-huh.
It's our theme this year. Our world president is Chinese. It's the first Chinese guy is our world president, Gary Huang.
Yes.
And if you look at my tie, if you look at this tie, it's a Chinese lantern. It's a very oriental theme this year.
Yes.
And the theme this year is Light Up Rotary. So we're coming to you to Light Up Rotary.
Quite a number of SMSs coming in with the Light Up Rotary.
Oh, I see.
Someone from Chania Rotarian in Thika. Come join Rotary in Thika. It's there too. I guess that's to me. I'm just trying to look for an SMS here. Sorry, it's disappeared. So okay, fine. We've given ourselves until 2018 to get rid of polio.
Yes.
Okay. And do you see us getting there?
Definitely.
Sooner than that?
Maybe. I'll tell you the statistics this year. The statistics, last year we had 400 cases of polio in the world. This year we're 120 cases. We're really, really close to getting it out. 3 countries, as I mentioned, endemic. Good thing is Afghanistan's only 1 case left this year, right? Nigeria, 5 cases. The problem is, of course, Pakistan, but there's a whole massive campaign going on in Pakistan and a little bit of Somalia. But luckily, Somalia, I see only 4 cases. So we're nearly there to get rid of it. I'm confident. If before 2018, I'll be a very proud Rotarian, but I'm sure by 2018, we'll be polio free.
Okay, all right then. So you're asking mothers and fathers out there who have children to make sure that their children are vaccinated against polio. These are kids, I guess, under 10.
Polio affects from 1 to 5. That's when kids are more vulnerable. But if your kid's above 5, please go and take a polio vaccination.
If a kid is above 5 and he has never or she has never received.
No, take it, madam. Even adults can get polio. Yeah. Although kids are more vulnerable, but adults can get polio. So let's not forget that. So anybody who has never taken polio drops, it's free. Go and do it. It's a 1 minute of your life. Go and take the vaccines, please.
Yes.
Very important. But again, my second message to you is we're looking for new people to join Rotary. Professionals and businessmen, if you are in your communities, wherever you are in this country, please come and join Rotary. If you haven't got a Rotary club in your neighborhood, contact us. We'll come and start a new Rotary club in your neighborhood, please.
Yes.
That's my
That's your plea this morning.
Yes.
Yeah, we are starting one in Kiserian.
Sorry?
We are starting one in Kiserian.
Oh, you're starting one in Kiserian. There you have it. Mutegi Njau is in Kiserian. But if you need any information on the Rotary Club, I guess going to the website, www.rotary.org is the website. And you will get all the information that you need, all the contacts. And, you'll find a club near you, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Mr. Kataria, thank you very much for joining us this morning and spreading the word about polio. Like you said, we have to kick polio out of Kenya.
Yes.
We're headed somewhere.
Yes.
And he's asking mothers and fathers out there to take their children for that vaccination. It's free.
It's free.
It's free. You don't expect to pay anything. So please don't hide your children. Take them out and have them vaccinated. You are watching the Power Breakfast Show. We'll be right back.